Hey guys! I seem to be skipping every other week for some reason, if not a few weeks clustered, so I think eventually I'm starting to be able to build up a pretty good list of stuff. So I think, hopefully, if the week goes on normal or decent, maybe not normal, maybe new and uneventful, then I'll do an update every week. Who knows? I've also haven't made another video of anything. I don't film anything anymore. It really stinks. And my camera, my dad a piece of crap camera, turns out the speaker died in it, which I think I may have said, but I don't know. I can't remember. I don't look at my other videos. So I'm not going to pay for that to get fixed because the warranty is gone. In this, there. I tied my own hair up because I can't be bothered. It's so fuzzy, which is normal, but it's killing me. Anyways, just jump right into this. I didn't separate it into pros and cons, but I'll start with the bad stuff, as I always like to do, so we can end on a good note. The last, was it Monday? Well, it's Monday while I'm filming this. So last Monday or so, for the first 3 or 4 days of the week, I threw up every single morning. Like, not nausea, which I had the entire beginning, like 12, 13 weeks of this pregnancy. Not the nausea where I felt like I was going to throw up. I literally threw up every morning until the bile was gone out of my stomach, and then I felt better. Super frustrating, so I thought, crap, man, I hope these symptoms aren't coming back. If they are, chances are they're going to stay the entire rest of the pregnancy. I don't want that. I mean, come on. This is my last pregnancy. So I thought that kind of sucked. My stomach just felt like crap. I started to feel nauseous all day again. Like I would feel okay for a couple of hours after throwing up, and then I kind of just felt like crap for the rest of the day. And then Tony's birthday came around Thursday, and we went out. My stomach was just in a knot. Man, I really figured, this is it's the way that my pregnancy is going to go, which stinks because I just didn't want to eat anything the entire week. Then Tony's birthday comes, and we went to B-Dubs, and I was the only one who eats the Asian zing sauce or whatever, and it sounded delicious, but after I ate a couple of them, it didn't, immediately didn't settle with me, so I was like, crap. So I ate, nibbled on a couple other things, but I didn't really eat. And then we drove around for the rest of the night, because that's what we do. We like to look around all of Ohio. We drive as far as we can. I think we're going to look into buying a house soon, but we don't want to buy a house anywhere close to where we're actually living or anywhere that we have lived in Ohio. We want to explore and see. Turns out Ohio isn't too bad of a state on several reasons, as much as I'd hate to admit it. But, so, we were driving around and I came back and oh my god, I still don't feel good at all. It's actually kind of getting worse. But I didn't want to be a poop, so I ended up, we put the boys to bed, did all of Tony's celebration and stuff, and then after the cake and what have you, we put the boys to bed, and I fell asleep with them, and then he, goes to wake me up, touches my feet or whatever, so we could watch a movie, and I was like, I just don't feel good, I'm sorry. He said, okay, we'll go back to bed. Okay, and I felt like crap, because I'm like, I'm so sorry, it's your birthday, So I ended up going back to sleep, and then around 6 o'clock, actually it was almost 6 o'clock on the dot, I wake up. TMI, man. This is, if you're a mom, if you've ever been sick, if you're a human, you'll understand. And if you've never had this, I hope you never get it. Woke up at 6, almost pooped myself. There, I said it. I mean, it was so bad. So I sat on the toilet for a minute, and then I went back to bed, and then went back to the toilet, and went back to bed. I felt like I was going to throw up, so by 8 o'clock, I finally got out of bed, went to the couch, and fell asleep on the couch. At some point, because I kept, my stomach was just in a knot. It was awful, and I knew I was going to throw up. Every time I feel it, I know that I'm going to throw up because I burp up the taste of eggs. I don't know why. I've done it my entire life. I've honestly never heard of anybody else doing it. If you do it, let me know, just because it's nice to know when somebody else follows your weird frickin' traits. So I knew I was going to eventually throw up. So around 8 o'clock comes around, a little bit after, and I lay down. I think I fell asleep for a second. Not long, maybe 5 minutes. I woke up like crap. So I grabbed the bucket, I got prepared, run to the bathroom. Both ends, man. I've summed it up to food poisoning. I got food poisoning. I don't know why I felt like crap for the few days up to that. I thought maybe I had a bug, but now it's been all weekend and now almost Tuesday and still nobody's gotten sick. And thank goodness I only vomited till my entire stomach was gone and nothing was digested from the stuff that I ate at B-Dubs on. But the pooping lasted for about 12 hours and I just kind of felt like crap for the rest of the day. And luckily, Tony had Thursday through Sunday off, which was nice for his birthday, long weekend. So I felt even worse because now I've taken up his Friday because I'm sick. But I got over that and it ended up being food poisoning, what I expected to be. And my stomach feels a lot better. And because I was going to make a video last week and I felt like crap. So I never got around to it. And I was going to mention in that video, I think I'm going to be sick for the rest of the rest of this trimester, possibly the pregnancy. I don't think I'm going to be. I was so excited because I felt great ever since Saturday. I've felt back to normal, which is like my normal self, minus like small pregnancy related things because I am pregnant. Normal. My energy is completely back. I still don't sleep very well. I think I have another freaking bladder infection that I'm working on. Awesome. Super happy about that. I'm just going to be prone to them this time, which is normal, and it sucks. I'm going to try I'm actually dehydrating some garlic, raw garlic clove, 3 times a day for an entire week, treating it like an antibiotic. Then it actually it works like an antibiotic, but I can't stomach the rawness right now. I can eat cooked garlic. So I'm dehydrating a bunch of garlic, which takes some of the nutrition and benefits out of it, but I can take more capsules and it doesn't upset my stomach the same. I don't know why, but it just doesn't. Maybe it's whatever benefits it is losing is what was upsetting my stomach. Who knows? Anyway, so there's that. Yay! My belly button has started to pop out, which I was doing a lot more research on diastasis recti. I say the first word wrong every single time. And because my abdominal separation is so bad, it's actually common that your belly button turns into an outie. I actually don't know why. I probably should have remembered that. I think it's because the lack of muscle behind it causes it to stretch and I don't know, super weird. You can have an innie or an outie. It doesn't actually mean that you have DR, but it's a quite popular symptom. I actually had it with Clyde too, and I also had a tiny little, what I think was an umbilical hernia starting, so hopefully that won't show up. We will see. Let's see, my hips. I had really bad hips with both Ollie and Clyde, not nearly as bad with Oliver. I think a lot of that had to do with I gained a lot of weight and I was really fat. My body was not used to it, so it actually hurt my hips, plus having a baby and all the hormone relaxin, which literally relaxes the tendons in your hip area, pelvic bone, so that you can birth a child. Well, with Clyde, it started around like 25 weeks because he was also very large at that point. At the gestational age of 12 weeks and on, babies gain weight how they're going to, and he was literally large from the get-go. So I think that's why it started so early with him, but with this one, my hips are radiating. They already feel like they're going to pop out. I need to find a chiropractor really bad. This baby is already measuring fat, like way ounces over from the last ultrasound, like the very last ultrasound I will have, and from the last ultrasound I did have at like 16 weeks. It was already like 3 ounces over, which you can't necessarily trust an ultrasound. They can be off. I already kind of expected I would have a bigger baby with this one, so I don't necessarily not believe it. And I don't remember what else I was going to say on that. But I'm pretty sure this one's going to be a fatty too. So it's already... Oh, 3 ounces doesn't seem that much, but on an infant that's like 5 inches from head to butt, 3 ounces is actually a lot because that's also not only the weight of the skin that's thickening and the coating on the nerves and the blood volume and brain volume and all that good stuff. It's also starting to gain fat now. Just a little bit, tiny bit of fat at a time. It's not fat yet. It's weird. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. I look like I'm like 25 plus weeks pregnant. You'll see in a minute. But that hip pain, there's a proper name for it, but I don't remember it. It's so bad. How can you educate yourself on something yet you have no memory for things? I remember all the facts behind it, but I can't remember what the name is. That really sucks because it makes me sound like a dumbass. Anyway, so I have to get a sacroiliac belt. There are other names for it. It's literally a belt that puts pressure on your pelvic, like on the back of your back. I need to get one of those so that it feels, and it also puts pressure on the outside of your hips, so my hips aren't going to fall out because they loosen up and they want to come out. It feels almost like if I lay straight on my back, I can't get up because they're dislocated. They're not exactly because my tendons, oh my God, are kind of holding them in enough so they don't pop out, but it still really hurts. Or I'm going to get a long enough piece of fabric and I'm going to wrap my belly, which if I end up finding or buying a piece of fabric long enough, I'm going to probably make a video after I teach myself how to do it properly because they're freaking beautiful. I'm going to make a video on how to do that. Yeah. Emotionally, I am angry. And I also have momnesia. What do you call it? Like pregnancy brain? I don't pick up on any detail and I just feel stupid all the time. It just sucks because people are like, did you miss that? I just feel so dumb and I hate it because I'm not paying attention to anything. Even when I try to pay attention, I'm missing so much detail it's not even funny. So that's driving me nuts and that's making me angry too. So on like the 26th of this month, I felt the baby, which means I was 17 weeks around when I first changed. So last Wednesday like last Wednesday I would have been 17 weeks on the dot technically. And the day before Tony's birthday. Yeah, so Wednesday. So 17 weeks on the dot. I felt the baby kick on the outside, which was super sweet. And then literally a couple days after that, no, wait, I was 18 weeks on the dot last Wednesday. Sorry, this is confusing because I'll be 19 weeks this Wednesday. So 18 weeks on the dot last Wednesday, I felt the baby kick on the outside for the first time. And then Tony, a couple days later, I think it was like on Saturday? It was either Friday night or Saturday night. Tony felt the baby kick for the first time on the outside at 18 weeks. Totally my DR. It has to be because I have like a 3-inch gap. So there's just like nothing there. The placenta's off to the left. So there's literally just uterus, which is thinning pretty well. Well, uterus and amniotic sac and stuff. But he put his hand on my belly because I felt the baby kicking, and he put his hand on my belly. With both of the boys, let's rewind. Both of the boys throughout both of their entire pregnancies, Tony only felt both of them kick maybe a couple of times. I thought they kicked a lot. Turns out, compared to this child, they did not kick a lot. Clyde kicked more than Ollie, but both of them were pretty chill, it turns out. And every time that Tony would put his hand on my belly or even get close, they would stop kicking. It hurt my heart. It made me feel so bad. So Tony put his hand on my belly, and then the baby stopped kicking. I'm like, awesome. We've got another one. I feel so bad because he never really put the effort into feeling their kicks. I would put his hand on my belly every now and again, but I kind of got like discouraged too because they literally stopped every time. So he has, plus it's really early on this time, so I thought, oh, maybe we can just play it off like, oh, well, I mean, there's a good chance, there we go, a good chance that he really couldn't feel him, and because his hands are really calloused. He works with his hands all day long. So he put his hand on my belly, and a few minutes later, he felt a kick. And then this went on for an hour. The baby was going crazy. And he kept saying, was that one? Yeah, it was one. Is that one? Yeah, it was one. At one point, it was seriously like, like, I said out loud, like, what is that thing doing? Like, it was going crazy. And as soon as he took his hand off, it stopped. How sweet is it? Sorry. I just feel, I don't know. The boys also did not like Tony for the first year of their lives. I don't know why. He tried. He held them. He tried, but they did not like him. So I hope this baby likes him. Either way, I'm going to make him hold him a lot. Him or her. And we don't know what it is. Oh, wait, I do. For the most part. But I'm psyching myself out. So just pretend I didn't say that. So that was super sweet. And then today, I've been trying to pick up on... I've been trying to pick up on the fetal tones. With Clyde, I picked it up around like 16 weeks. And it was pretty easy because he didn't really move. But this baby moves all day long. Like all day long and all night long. And they're actually really big kicks. Like it's weirding me out because it's so early. And so I'm laying on the bed and I'm trying to get fetal tones, and I still haven't been able to. The last time I think I may have tried in sending my last video, but I was trying to find fetal tones, and the baby, I was pushing down hard enough that the baby actually, like 3 times, kicked the fetoscope. So I couldn't find a heartbeat, and the little nugget will not sit still. I can still not find fetal tones. It's clearly alive in there, but it's just like bing, 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 like a crackhead. I don't know. It's crazy. And then I found the exact positioning of my placenta, which is a little bit low, not like scary low. It's just out of, you take a frontal view, turn it into a 2D view, and you take a circle, make it into like a 4-section pie graph. It's the bottom, I'm not going to try to do it in the camera because I'm going to mess it up. It's like more of the bottom left, a little like above the center line, but definitely, left of center. And it's definitely in the front, but not completely full anterior, which is completely in the front. So that's another reason why I can feel a lot of the movements, because the placenta's kicked off to the side too, so there's like nothing in front of the baby. It's gonna look friggin' creepy when it's big, and I'm sure I'll post plenty of videos of that. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, tonight, when I was trying to find the fetal tone. Yeah, fetal tones. The heart rate, the heartbeat. I felt the babe ball up because it rolls and it kicks and it hits and it's nuts. So I felt the baby ball up, so I took it off and I was watching for a second. I saw it kicking, like legit. I saw the baby kicking. Oh, I can't feel it. 18 weeks. What? Like almost 19 weeks, but seriously? That's just weird. I told my mother-in-law about it. She's not necessarily, she doesn't know a lot about pregnancy. I mean, other than what she knew when she was pregnant, but she was like, isn't that a little early? Between my 2 other boys and her husband's daughter's 2 pregnancies, like, and, her friends, blah, blah, blah. I mean, she's picked up on some stuff, but she was like, isn't that a bit early? I'm like, yeah, I think it is, like, to feel it on the outside and to see him. I'm not exactly thin anymore either, so, and last but not least, I think, I really wanted a birth photographer at our birth. It's going to be, I'm going to get a birthing tub, not a legit one. It's going to be a baby swimming pool, but it's going to be deep and it's going to be a lot cheaper because I'm going to use it once. I'll go into more detail about that. And I wanted a birth photographer this time because it's just going to be me and Tony, and I want Tony there for support, obviously, but I also want pictures on top of the video. And there is a woman who takes photo sessions. She did my younger sister's wedding. they were just gorgeous. And she was freaking awesome to be around. She's so sweet and easy to talk to, and she's just kind of like a fly on the wall. You don't really notice her, and her pictures are gorgeous. Maybe I'll put a couple in here. Another sister, she does little mini sessions with her all the time with her kids, and her 3 kids do not cooperate for pictures, which I know for a fact, and these pictures still turn out gorgeous. Like, I don't know what she does. I'm pretty sure she bribes the kids. I'm not sure. So my younger sister just told me that she had done her first birth photography. Just attended her first birth. And, like, she's been a photographer for years and years, but it was her first birth. So I was like, okay, well, I'm definitely going to ask her. So I wrote her and I asked her about it, and she's got like these packets and stuff that you can buy. I wanted to do maternity pictures again, but I also want a birth photographer and possibly newborn pictures, although I'm okay with doing like my own makeshift newborn thing when I have the time. I'll put a couple of those pictures in here. They are not professional, obviously. I did them, but they're just sweet. I mean, they're nothing fancy. I'm going to have to get a lot of the photo stuff because I want it done here. I don't want to go anywhere because I'm going to have 2 other kids and Tony's probably not going to be home. So I'm going to have to get a lot of stuff together to have it here. If I do decide that she's going to do it, either way I'm going to get some stuff together to do it myself. Sorry. And so I wrote her and I asked her if she would be interested, and she said, of course, that'd be awesome. I'm like, okay, well, here's the thing is I'm going to have an unassisted birth. And I explained a little bit what it was, and I let her know that if that made her feel more comfortable, that we can get something notarized or something made legal, documentation. I'll have to look into it anyways. I think I might do it anyways to make her feel more comfortable that she's literally there to be the photographer. Do not step in, do not say anything, don't do anything but take pictures. That's it. Just walk around, take pictures. That's it. Not like I would expect her to at all. That's not, she's very professional. But just to make her feel more at ease, because a lot of people like to blame, if something were to go wrong, they like to blame anybody they can. I'm not that kind of person, and I think she's a very trustworthy person, so I don't think that she would think I would do that anyways. But we don't know each other, and I was going to do it and have her sign it if she wanted to, if it made her feel more comfortable. But, so I wrote her that, and she still said yes. What? That is, I did not expect her to say yes, but she did. But yeah, I'm super excited. I'm so happy. I can't believe that I found somebody to do it. But I think that's it. I'll show you guys my big old belly. My butt is keeping up with size. I don't know why. I do know why. It happens every time. 18 weeks, almost 19. I feel huge. Look at that. Hard. Here's the baby. Isn't that crazy? Look at that. There's just, you see this weird lump? I don't know if you guys can see this. That's where the worst of my DR is. It will, I think, fill out. I don't know. I think I'm going to do the measuring tape from now on just to keep on the inches and so I can look back. So let's do that too. So who knows? Not only do I think that the baby's going to be bigger, but I also have the DR. Let's see. How big is that? It is 36 inches right now.
with the other two, which is funny, I actually wrote down all of my, I had all of Oliver's medical records, but I did a full-on unassisted pregnancy with Clyde, so I didn't have any of those records, and I'm doing that for the rest of this pregnancy. Unless, well, I made it throughout Clyde's entire pregnancy because everything was fine. I will do the same with this one, as I'll be seen if I need to be seen, if I feel like I need to be seen. But with Clyde at, is it 19 weeks? Ooh, wow. At 19 weeks, I was 39 inches around. Yeah, 39. So I was a whole 3 inches less around. But I also weighed almost 5 pounds more. So maybe this baby won't be as fat as Clyde. Maybe this baby will chalk on the pounds. Who knows? I feel like I gained a lot of weight with Clyde. I think if I have got a picture of how big I was with Clyde, I'll put it in here with comparison of how big I am now. I think I'm carrying completely different, which I actually carried pretty different between Ollie and Clyde, but between those two and this one, totally different. I don't really have any of Oliver because I hacked my head off in all of them and I was just really fat and self-conscious. So I ruined, of course, at the time, all of my pregnancy photos. But, so yeah, that's it, guys. If you guys have any questions ever, go ahead and ask. I'll answer them. If you couldn't tell by this one or any of my other videos, I'm an open book, so go feel free and go and ask. So, okay, now bye.